Alright guys, I am back with Odenwolf Mini Part 2. So last time we looked at the Mini Scandi. Today we're going to look at just the Mini. So, I had already taken the sleeve off the other box. Here's what it looks like complete when you get it. I should have put the sleeve back on, but let's take it off. And here's what a complete unwrapped, unopened one looks like for you. So, you get this whole guy. Alright. And this, of course, comes wrapped. And we know what this is. This is our ferro rod and our neck lanyard. We know that from the last one. The big difference between this, the Mini, and the Mini Scandi is that in this one we have more of a traditional edge. So we have our bevel here, not Scandi where it goes straight from grind to cutting edge. We have kind of a harpoon shape. We still have D2 blade steel. But other than that, and yes, this one is an OD green, so they both come in either color, no matter what you want. But this is more of a traditional grind rather than the Scandi grind. So you can choose which one you want. Other than, the measurements are, well, they're just slightly different as you go. But in most respects, in just about all respects, they're the same. So, we talked about the Mora a little bit, the Eldris, comparing them. This is going to be a slightly quicker video because we looked at the Mini Scandi already. We talked about it. If you missed that, I'll put a thing right here where you can go click that and look at it. So out of the box, though, these things, once again, very sharp. Like I said in the original one, I love the ergonomic shaping of the handle instead of just a kind of a wide oblong handle, I guess we'll say. You do have a little bit of, not quite a notch, but it's a little guy right there that really lets you get a good firm hold on this. We've got the same piece of wood we worked on with the Mini Scandi. So the difference is this is the Scandi is really a bushcrafting grind, where this is not gonna. It's kind of, there are smarter people than me, honestly, that can tell you what is the difference between a Scandi and a traditional grind knife, and bushcrafting wise, where would you use them? I can tell you what the Scandi grind is for and how it's different. You'd have to make that decision on your own. I'm not a bushcrafting expert. Like I said, I have the general knowledge of what one blade is compared to the other. But most knives out there that you're going to use out in the woods are actually not a Scandi grind. They're a traditional grind where you have a grind and your secondary bevel there. So this one, though, you can see for doing, and all these little knives are designed for you to just do your very lightweight work around the, campsite, hiking, whatever. You're not going to use this as your primary survival knife or anything like that, but it's a great option for your small carry for a neck knife. And as you can see, this looks big and chunky, but if you look at the individual little feathers I just did as if we were going to be feather sticking, they're very light, very small. And you could do, like I said, most of your around the campsite bushcrafting stuff with it if you had to. Got all this. So cut a notch for either crafting, maybe putting some poles together for a shelter, making a trap, and just doing whatever you want. Getting stuff ready for a fire, or if you wanted to do a little bit of kind of wood crafting, maybe the Scandi would be a little bit better, given that we talked about the low friction factor of a Scandi last time. But this giving you the traditional kind of grind if you're doing something like food prep around a campsite. If you were just doing more traditional utility type work with it, this would be a great grind for you. But as you can see, should have brought the Scandi out here because you'd be able to see how it actually, the lower friction of the blade kind of, this is working fine, but it makes it a little easier doing the wood cutting taskings like this and stuff. But you see, this will handle it for you too. Sheath is exactly the same. It's your injected molded plastic with a very nice springy clip there. You can position it a little bit differently here if you want. It's got a really firm retention on it. It's not going anywhere ever, and just to demonstrate the use of it, it's a pretty firm clip, but easy to get the knife out when you want it. Inside the package here, oh, look at that, I didn't even need to cut the other one open. So because this is very neck knifeable, for those of you who like neck knives, take that clip off pretty easily. Give you a full lanyard. They give you a ferro rod and a scraper, which you're not going to get with the Mora unless you pay an extra $30-something. Now you have the scraper. I said scraper. Should have said striker. You can strike and stuff with this, but also this knife. Actually, this one, well, the Scandi had a full 90-degree edge. This still does have a 90-degree edge that you can use. It's a little slimmer, a little smaller area, but so you can use this for your included ferro rod for starting fires, you know, anytime you need to. If you don't want to use this as a neck knife, if you just want to carry it, you can still take a shorter cord and attach this, or you can use it, put it to a lanyard for the knife or whatever. So I did a much longer look at the mini Scandi before. I figured I'd just show a little bit of this because a lot of the features are the same. What we're looking at just differently is the blade grind here and how it pertains to the work you would do. So just like when we talked about the mini Scandi, I do have a discount code that you can use if you want to get this from Odenwolf, but it's also listed on Amazon, and I'll drop a link to Odenwolf and Amazon in the video description so you can choose where you want to go shopping. I don't think the discount code works on the Amazon one, but you know, we'll have to see. I really, you know, I've been just kind of holding on to the mini Scandi and just doing what I do in between videos, just kind of seeing how it feels in my hand and just doing a little bit of cutting with it. I do enjoy it, and I have been comparing it in my hands a little bit to the Mora Eldris just to see what it's like. And I'm going to do a full comparison video of the mini Scandi, the mini itself, and the Mora Eldris, just putting them all side by side with their specs and everything, and that way you guys can kind of see and choose among them, you know, those of you who like these little bushcrafting knives, these little field knives. And there's a lot of people that really do, what the differences are and what you think. So I'm really liking the full TP. By the way, these are all full tang knives. The Odenwolf ones, the Eldris is not. So, but I really like the full TPE handle, which gives you that nice grippy, rubbery feel all around. Again, Eldris has TPE, but it's also got plastic involved, so you don't have the full rubbery grip all the way around. Anyway, I think I think these are really nice. I know the last Odenwolf we saw was a little bit kind of like, all right, what is this really for, that big Roman gladius knife? But I really like these ones. So let me know what you guys think before we do the full side by side by side. And sorry, I hear engines, I gotta look up. What do you think you'd like to see me do in a side by side by side video using all three? You guys tell me. And remember that you guys are all absolutely awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.